It's showtime. Yep, my best Beetlejuice impression. Don't ask me why I did that. Well, thank you for tuning in, folks. I am Mike Asherbrander, professionally known as the Redneck Connector and proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. You're tuning in with our partnership with Mike King Biz, with Mike King Biz Radio on ESPN RVA 106.1 FM. If you're joining us live right now, hey, thank you for coming. Can't wait to show your comments up there. And if you're at the office driving around, you're in Richmond, hey, you can go to our YouTube channel, Hounds of Business. You can catch us there. You can go on LinkedIn, Mike Asherbrander, Redneck One, or you can send a carrier pigeon if you want to see it. We still do that. So let's roll this intro and let's get this party started, folks.
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope, we turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.
All right. I am super excited to bring this guy up, Dr. Jeffrey Berger. Today, we're talking about educated decisions, building wealth through understanding. And boy, hey, this guy won me over. That's no easy feat. I never thought it would happen, especially in the finance space, folks. So let's bring him up without further ado. All right. Jeffrey Berger, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing awesome, Michael. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm extra good. Other than the allergy issues, who's with me here, right? Comment, chime in. But we've got your fan club, man. The HOB members.
Hey.
Yeah, we got Homer's in the house. Noni.
Homer, all right.
Yes, sir. Noni is here, OZK Studios. And Curtis Rivers. That's our stuntman extraordinaire. So he's a businessman. So Curtis Rivers in the UK, fantastic guy. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, see that.
Our Hollywood stuntman in the UK across the pond there.
Oh man, y'all gotta check him out. Go to LinkedIn. Shameless plug, right? Check all these folks out. And so hey, let us get started. I'm gonna dive into it. We've had you on months ago, but the folks may be new or they don't know part two. So here's what I like. The last thing you thought you'd be in would be finance, much less, alternative finance, right? Digital currency. Exactly. So go ahead and give us the mini version, right? So you talk about this finance first approach. You thought it out very well. I'm a fan of it, huge fan, follower, in fact. So, to wellness in general. So what personal pain point cracked open this understanding for true wealth? Tell us about it.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Mike. So my first experience was really between 9/11 and 2008, which was the real estate crash back then. And my portfolio took a 900K plus dive, and it really was a rude awakening. And on top of that, it just added much more stress levels to me working towards my, retirement, because that was my little baby portfolio that was going to, really allow me to have a lot more options. So that was the first step. But then when I was doing my coaching, I'm a certified holistic wellness coach, and I was focusing on gut health because that was my first kind of revelation of getting my health back in gear. I was on 5 medications. My doctor wanted to put me on a 6th, but long and short of it is, since August of 2019, I've been RX free, and was helping people with their own gut health because of the problems that we have with the food industry, the FDA, so forth and so on. But the number one problem with everybody besides their health was financial. Financial stress was really impacting them tremendously. And yeah, I know, because I was there too. And being the CEO and founder of Abundance and Optimum Wellness, where I believe we all should be living a life of abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I talked about everything except finances. Then my second rude awakening was in 2022, another 75K loss in the stock market. And that's when panic hit. And I was very, very fortunate and blessed to have information thrown in my face, as well as being able to meet an individual who introduced me to this world of this eclectic world of digital currency. And this has really opened up the Pandora's box in many, many respects, from kind of migrating from one side of the fence to the other side of the fence to look at the different possibilities that are out there. And since then, I've taken a finance first approach to really, helping people understand that there are technologies that are being developed today that are changing the world in the future. And there's a financial component to it.
Oh, big time. And let me tell the good folks out there, right? Everybody knows I got a finance background and still in it. And here's what I like. So I avoided all of the blockchain, crypto, digital currency things, and we'll dive into it a little bit. But it wasn't thanks to you, no kidding. Thanks to you, your educational approach, you didn't push. You were just there to give me the info so I can make an informed decision, whether that be yes or no. You never push. But here's the deal. Anybody else want to chime in? Hey, guys, comment and let us know. I don't know about y'all, but anybody in this space that I've encountered, for the vast majority of people, especially online, you go on LinkedIn, and it's a mess. It reminds me of the snake oil stuff and the floppy, the car lot where they got those wind socks flopping around. I just, oh man. And then once you came along, I started deep diving. Man, big national, multinational, huge reputable companies are dealing with this, but they're doing it behind the scenes, usually with the wealthiest folks. So
Exactly.
I liked you because I thought it was just a bunch of goofy until you come along and was like, hey, man, no. Listen to me, right? Hey, check this out. Why? Watch this. And I asked you a machine gun of questions, and if you didn't know the answer, you had the people who could get the answer. You had CEO and some top level people, coming in to explain this, man. That is customer service with a dadgum smile, buddy. So yeah, if I sound like I'm partial, you better believe it, because I just wanted to know the truth. I didn't want to be bothered, pitched, and sold to. I just wanted to be somebody to guide me through this. And it won me over. I'm a big proponent of it. I make sense of it. And dadgummit, that was you, Jeff. So, hey, hats off to you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So on that note, a lot of people are scared of what's happening on the horizon. Everything's changing, right? They hear these weird words. We didn't grow up with them. I'm in my 40s, right? So you've personally navigated this through that fear, right? Because you had it too.
Right.
So is that what keeps people stuck? Is it that marketing and things, or is it just not knowing?
Well, that's really a loaded question. So, think of it as that we all have felt that knot in our stomach when facing the unknown, and particularly when security. But here's the truth. Fear often really stems from a lack of understanding. And my mission, since I've started my journey in this area of financial first fitness, is really bridging that gap, because I aim to demystify these technologies. Being an ex-software engineer, I was a software engineer for 27 years. And I want to break these down into digestible, actionable steps where we're not just discussing investments, we're really crafting a roadmap to true wealth that really empowers an individual to take control. So, and it's not like pushing you into the deep end and without a life vest. It's about building a solid foundation, understanding the landscape, and then really moving forward with that confidence, because it takes time to build that confidence and reassure yourself of these new changes that are happening, because we are living in a world where the paradigm shift is happening very, very fast. And we're really in this together. And step by step, we unlock the potential of this whole digital frontier, which is taking the world by storm in many, many ways. So with that, I think Mike just came off of his, he's having internet problems there. And let's just continue here, because I was going to be talking about this, the fact about it's not about getting rich quick, because there are a lot of schemes out there. It's about informed empowerment. And with that, I talk about this crucial distinction of getting rich. And it's today's hyper-connected world. There's so much information that is out there. And there's a lot of people out there really pitching about these quick get rich schemes. And there's no such thing as getting rich very quickly. And I fundamentally reject that whole narrative of getting rich quick. And my approach is really rooted in that whole informed empowerment, a philosophy that I believe that really prioritizes knowledge and understanding over fleeting gains. And this is where I have built and continue to build my foundation around this whole area of digital technology. And we're not chasing mirages. We're really building a solid foundation for long-term financial well-being, because what we did 30, 40, 50 years ago, that's all changed, and it's evolving, and we need to evolve with that.
Hey, man, you didn't miss a beat, dadgummit. Hey, it's not my fault. It's not. I've done everything I could. So did you talk to the folks? I came in. So you were talking about informed empowerment, get rich quick, and how that's not your jam. Is that what you were saying?
Exactly. And I just wanted to add to that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. I do want to say that, the technologies of that are being developed today are really shaping our future. For example, real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, AI, and the metaverse. And they're very, very complex. Yes, they are. Just like when the computer industry started back 40, 50 years ago, they had their own complexities, but it's evolved from that. And but it's about, really representing unprecedented opportunities of growth today, because this is where the future is. And my role is to really demystify these realms, to provide the individual really with the right tools to navigate with, being confident in this, whether it's for you or not, because sometimes it is for people and sometimes it isn't. But the bottom line is you're getting educated so you can make an informed decision for yourself and not having to be dictated to. And this isn't about impulsive investments. It's about strategic diversification, about understanding really the underlying value of these technologies, and about making choices that align with your long-term vision, because that vision is changing. If I would have, when I lost all that money in between 9/11 and 2008, was investing in high-tech industries, but that industry has changed and it's evolved. So we need to rethink the strategies of where are we going to go in the future. We can't use old technologies. We have to be part of the new technology era. And real quick, about empowerment. It comes from education. And, when you understand the potential of these technologies, you can actually move forward, from a place of fear into a place of informed action. And that's what it's really all about.
Yeah, that's why I'm celebrating you and putting you up here, because that was the first experience after all the Wind Sox have come along and done their silliness and DMs. And, that meant a lot to me. And, so you can lead a horse to water, but you can't drown his dumb. Right?
Exactly.
So, again, that's what I love about it. We give education. We let people figure out once they can make an informed decision, leave them alone. Let them know where to get you. And that was it. And what got me is other people I respect were calling me about you. That's when I knew it was hidden. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're like, hey, what do you think? I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not alone here. I'm also thinking the same thing, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
But again, the farming approach. You didn't run out there and shoot your food, hunt for sales, be annoying, right? You stayed back. No. You believed in others. You pushed others up. You worked your tailbones off. You sought wisdom. So you practice what you preach, Jeff. That's why these folks in here. Sean Michael, good to see you, first timer. And we're having tech issues, but hey, ISP problems. And Ashraf, hey, my friend, thank you. So let me give Mike King a shout out because I want to dive into this. I want folks to know, what to expect and don't miss out, because I don't want to be the guy who didn't, check out Microsoft in the 80s, right? Like that's my mentality now. Oh, I'll say no, but only until I'm absolutely certain nowadays. So anyway, hey, Mike King, thank you so much, big dog. We appreciate you, all you do. Oh, he pushes up his community, now his region. He's even got TV now. He is expanding. Good to see it. This guy is so beloved by his community, especially out in Richmond, folks. Folks know this out there listening. And they put him on the Jumbotron during the ball games, man. It's unbelievable. You can't fake that. So, hey, we get to come together, go international, push people up and help them build their business and push out great organizations and impact in this world. So, hey, excuse me, shameless plug. Hey, go to Hounds of Business on YouTube. You can find us and me on LinkedIn, or again, daggum carrier pigeon, not a joke. All right, so we are with Dr. Jeffrey Berger. We are talking about the finance first approach, right? Building wealth through understanding. All right, I'm super excited about this. So, technology, man, it really is shaping everything. I mean, right now we're on the trust system, right? Primarily, in the system that we've been on, 150, 200 years. But it's rapidly evolving, right? So behind the scenes, it's shaping everything. How can someone without a tech background, because there's a lot of us, right? Without a tech background, how can we future-proof their financial strategies? How can they incorporate some of this?
Yeah, great question. So again, it goes back to education. We see a lot of news across all types of platforms. And if people are in a situation like I was, to being either forced or wanting to, because some people are not in a position where they're being forced to, but I was in a position where I was forced to get out there and really look at what's happening today that's going to be changing the world 3 to 5 to 10 years down the road. And with that, the bottom line is it comes with pure education. And, you think about back when you started buying your first computer, all right? And I remember my first computer, when I was in the industry, I had to have a floppy disk to boot the computer up. Now we have laptops and there's AI involved and we can talk to our computers and make them do things. So it's about seeing what's out there, looking at your overall portfolio. And if you want to incorporate these new technologies like real estate tech, financial tech, educational, AI, so forth and so on, start looking into it, because I share this story. Being an ex-software engineer in 2009, I was actually approached to purchase 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents. That's an 85-cent investment back in 2009. My response was, nah, sounds like a scam. So in hindsight, I reflect back to that. It's a learning experience. My gut then wasn't telling me to move forward with it, but my gut today is telling me a lot different things. And I've embraced it. I'm working with a wealth coach who is a self-made millionaire at 27 in the traditional real estate space. So I have guidance. I'm circling my circle of influence with people who are informed, who are 5 to 10 steps ahead of me, and really, guiding me along to make me think differently and make those educated choices that will give me more options in the future.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. So there was confusion. I was confused. So a lot of folks may be confused. And Ashraf, if I said that wrong, he was dead on. He said, true. If strategies don't change and adapt to fit, they spoil. You're right. We're in a big, rapid change movement right now. It's like milk. So on that note, what are the differences? When people see these words, they just lump them together, like blockchain, crypto, etc. Right? What do you do as digital currency? Explain the difference, the fundamental difference that folks should know when they, explore these options. What's the difference between crypto, blockchain, all that good stuff, and what you're talking about as far as digital currency?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And, in today's fast-paced digital landscape, there is a fear of being left behind. And we are bombarded with these terms like blockchain, metaverse, AI, and it's creating a sense of intimidation. Because I was intimidated back in 2017 when I started to really look into this area, and I continue to learn, every day because it's just evolving. But I firmly believe that, that the access to these transformative opportunities shouldn't be gated by technological jargon. It's, and my mission really, and I share this with people, is to, again, demystify these concepts, breaking them down into really clear, actionable steps. And just like, as I said, learning the computer back when you started with the computer, you take one day at a time, you learn one thing at a time and move forward and build off of that. You're building a foundation of new knowledge, new technologies that are out there, and you have the opportunity of taking it as far as you want to go. Because the way I look at it today is that these unprecedented technological advancements, if you ignore it, you're going to risk obsolescence. So meaning you're going to be obsolete to what's going on 5 to 10 years down the road, not only for yourself, but for your children or your grandchildren. So again, it's just really education and taking it one step at a time.
Oh, yeah. See, that there's so much here. All right. So, folks, let me skip ahead. First of all, if you're on the radio and you can't get to it, and it's right there on the screen, folks. There's the QR code. If you're here, you can go to Jeffrey E. Berger. That's Berger. So it's Jeffrey E. Berger with ease .biz, B-I-Z. So JeffreyEberger.biz. I want to skip ahead because, man, time flies when you're having fun. I want to make sure folks get this before we got to go out. But you have a webinar. That's the one I went to. I went to it. Is it Saturdays? Tell us about it, because this is the best place to go to listen in, learn, ask questions, and get the real.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a global ambassador for this really unique technical company that is expanding globally, and we are actually launched in the United States. But the webinars are geared to bring people into a space to learn about these technologies. So, for example, we were the first to tokenize real estate on the blockchain technology back in 2019, 2020. Today, we're releasing an AI educational tech Metaverse product that is actually accredited by Microsoft, Amazon Web Services. On top of them, actually incorporating some big monies into the development of this ongoing eclectic ecosystem that I call it. And these webinars are geared to providing information about the technologies and the opportunities, because there are multiple opportunities, and it provides a foundation. And I say this out of the gate to most people. There's no commitment. Of course, there's sales involved with it, but my primary focus is educating people first. And if I have to have 3 to 5 to 10, calls with them, or direct them to information, or provide something for them to get more clarity, that is my purpose, because I want people to be comfortable and getting to know me, like me, and trust me with the information that I have, and so they can make an educated decision. So these webinars, since I'm a global ambassador, we're expanding here in the U.S. We're incorporated in California, in Silicon Valley. We're opening up a U.S. headquarters in San Francisco. I do 2 Monday webinars at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, one on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is usually in the middle of the month, and then 2 on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it gives that worker bee the opportunity to come in either on a Saturday or a Monday night late, or after work type of thing, or if they're working at night, they can come in on Saturday or Wednesday. So and the purpose is, again, educating people about what do we have coming that's in the pipeline, because we are getting ready to launch this project. And it's a massive project. There's still opportunity to get in on the ground floor. And we're also working towards our IPO in about 30 months, because we're utilizing both the centralized and the decentralized arenas. And this is done through, working with the SEC and industry experts that are guiding the company into utilizing the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and real quick, folks will say I did my research. What they mean is they did a Google research. Listen, these are big. Go do research. If you go look at what the big investors are doing and go get their research and read it, right? That's real research. They spend millions of dollars researching this. So go in there and dig in and find out. So we got about 1 or 2 minutes. And folks, go connect with Jeffrey E. Berger. All right, Jeffrey Berger on LinkedIn. You can go to jeffreyeberger.biz, learn more. Your stuff for your webinar. Registration's on that website, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Right on the main page.
All right, so take us home. You got it. So take us home on this. If listeners could adopt one mindset, Jeff, about money and opportunity, what would that be, man? Hit us with something to rewire us.
Yeah, my biggest nugget here would be if you're cynical, walk away. We don't deal with cynical people, but if you're skeptical like I was in the beginning, you're at least open to getting information. And that, I thank God every single day that I was open, because when I was approached initially, I was like, you got to be crazy. But I stepped into that. I was educated. And it made me start to change my thinking and learning more about the future, which is what we really need to participate in, because there's a lot of opportunity.
There sure is. And again, folks, hey, go get educated, meet a good guy. Worst case, you probably meet some other folks. Right? I mean, come on, birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
So thank you a million, Jeff, man. It was an honor having you here. Love having you in the Hounds of Business community. And hey, it's been great. We do things together. We're about to amp up more. So I'm going to keep the folks guessing. I ain't giving them everything. But if you want to learn more, again, our YouTube channel, we've got links galore. We've got LinkedIn. We're expanding all over the place. So anything else you want to share before we head out? Anything
no,
else?
just and if you're not in the Hounds, get in the Hounds. I'm sure most of everybody that's on here is. I know many are in Hounds. Some are first timers. I'm truly blessed, and it's been a game changer being part of the Hounds of Business community. And I highly encourage you to look into it and join us, because it's a great group of people, amazing entrepreneurs, lots of value is shared by every discipline, from health to finances to wealth to, business strategies, so forth and so on. And I'm truly, truly blessed that I was introduced to these guys just about a little over a year ago. So there you go. And thank you, Michael, for having me on today. I appreciate it.
Well, Jeff, I don't even know if y'all can hear me still.
I can hear you.
But I appreciate you. Okay. All right. Well, we're about done. We're saved by the bell anyway. I can imagine.
We are saved by the bell. And there we go. Mike's off again. And that sounds like a TV show, Saved by the Bell. So I'll wait for him to come back on. And I don't see if anybody wants to throw in a quick question into the comments area, I can quickly answer. You're welcome, Curtis. And yes, Curtis, looking for you to coming on board. And Lewis out on the West Coast, it's great to see you on today. And Asif, I don't know you, but we'll have to get to know you and see what's going on with you. And then Sean Michael is there. And thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate you. And April, I see April in the comments. And of course, Homer on the other side of the world there. Thanks for joining us here today. And let's see, Noni and everybody else. So let's see if Michael's going to come back and close the show here. If I don't see any questions, but reach out to me. Feel free to message me on LinkedIn, or I'm on Facebook. And hopefully I'll see you at one of our the webinars.
Thank y'all for stopping by.